Hello everyone. We all have come across the term antimatter in the movies Angels and Demons or Star Trek. But antimatter really does exist. It's not just a product of science fiction films. Then what really is antimatter? Well, antimatter is the diametrical opposite of the matter that we see around us in the world. Just like matter has atoms and molecules, antimatter has its own atoms and molecules too. In 1928, British physicist Paul Dirac wrote down an equation that combined quantum theory and special relativity to describe the behavior of an electron moving at relativistic speed. This equation, which won Dirac the Nobel Prize in 1933 by the way, posed a problem. Just as the square root of 4 is either 2 or minus 2, Dirac's equation could also have two solutions, of which one was an electron with positive energy and the other was an electron with negative energy. But classical physics and common sense dictated that the energy of a particle must always be positive. From these conclusions, Dirac interpreted that every particle has an antiparticle exactly similar but only opposite in charge. Well, as we talked earlier, antimatter can form its own atoms. These antimatter atoms are composed of subatomic particles just like normal atoms. But these subatomic particles are similar in mass but different in other fundamental properties like charge. The main subatomic particles of antimatter are the positron, which in opposition to the electron has the same mass but is positive in charge, the antiproton, which has the same mass as the proton but has negative charge, and the antineutron, which also has neutral charge but it is composed of antiquarks in opposition to the quarks which compose the neutron. Antimatter is a really rare substance. But antimatter is not as rare as people think it is. Small amounts of antimatter constantly rain down on Earth in the form of cosmic rays. These antimatter particles reach our atmosphere at a rate ranging from less than 1 per square meter to more than 100 per square meter. Scientists have also seen evidence of antimatter production above thunderstorms. But some antimatter sources are even closer to your home. Believe it or not, bananas produce antimatter. They release one positron every 75 minutes. This occurs because bananas contain a small amount of potassium-40, which is a naturally occurring radioactive isotope of potassium. Potassium-40 decays and occasionally spits out a positron in the process. Even our bodies contain potassium-40, which means that antimatter is created in every person's body. In films, antimatter is portrayed as a substance used to make giant bombs. But antimatter is not used only to fuel giant spaceships who travel from galaxy to galaxy or to make a dangerous bomb that would devastate the Earth. On the contrary, it is used to make medicine. PET, that is positron emission tomography, uses positrons to produce high-resolution images of the body. Positron-emitting radioactive isotopes, like the ones found in bananas, are attached to chemical substances such as glucose that are used naturally by the body. These are injected into the bloodstream, where they are naturally broken down, releasing positrons that when meet electrons in the body are annihilated. These annihilations produce gamma rays, and these gamma rays are used to construct the images of high resolution. Scientists at CERN in Switzerland have already studied antimatter as a potential candidate for cancer therapy. The technique of using antimatter has been found to be effective in hamster cells, but researchers have not yet conducted research in human cells. But one mystery that still remains is, why is matter present in so much abundance whereas antimatter has to be produced and it is still available only in nanograms on Earth? Actually, after the Big Bang, the quantity of matter and antimatter that were produced should have been equal, and they would react and annihilate each other to form only energy, and none of us should actually have existed. So, existence of matter and ultimately our existence is still a mystery that is yet to be solved.